Steve, I understand that you have a few children.
Too many.
What if I told you I could get them 25% off all their back-to-school gear?
Sounds like a great deal to me.
It does sound like a great deal, and especially if they're WVU fans, right?
Yes, sir. You got to raise them
Because
right.
then you can get them all the WVU gear. Where at, Steve?
The book exchange.
You got it. The book exchange. Everybody, 25% off. All you have to do is use the code Burning Couch. Now, you might think, I can only use that online. Nope. If you're at the store, you want to say, hey, I want to give you a code Burning Couch. Guess what? 25% off. Locally owned, locally run, all kinds of gear. Steve and I are picking out some gear. Steve is picking out some gear tonight because I've been waiting to pick out my gear till Steve does, and I'm getting tired of waiting. So do it tonight, Steve, and we'll have some
You
fresh.
might not have no
fresh
room
new
for
gear.
you, man. You may not have no room for you, man. Not with the
Well,
25% off.
I end up, I ended up like just buying stuff anyway. So having the code makes it even worse because I can tell my wife, honey, it was 25% off. What are you gonna do?
Damn near free.
There you go. It's almost free. That's right, Steve Slaton. Book Exchange. Go check them out. Anything you want to get gear-wise, get ready for the season. Get your yellow, get your blue, get your gold, get your blue, get the white and blue if you want. You know, you can go and if you're going to Penn State, you can try to upset their white out that they're having for that game. But anyway, Book Exchange. Go check them out. Take that 25% off with the code Burning Couch. And we are back. Episode 2 of another season of the Burning Couch podcast. I'm just some dumb asshole from California. I don't know where I just got off vacation, man. I'm Matty Stout, and with me, he's got the guns out. And if you're not watching on YouTube, you're missing out. He's the running back. He's the man with the plan. Steve Slaton, how are you, sir?
I'm good, man. First and foremost, I want to say Matty's a hero, man. He's been saving nail shop owners and business people getting pedicures and all that, and pulling out the cape and stuff. So I got to applaud you, Matty.
Oh, thank you, brother. If you missed it, I was involved in a car smashing into a nail salon. I was getting a pedicure. If you don't like it, suck it. It just happened to be Johnny on the spot. Got some folks pulled out, put out a fire. Still waiting for my key to the city. Nothing yet. It's Los Angeles. People run through buildings all the time. But thank you. It was kind of harrowing. But you know how it is, man. When things kick, it just kicks in and you just do it.
Yeah. Put your feet to the fire.
That was the truth. If you notice, I have a beard. I just got back from a little bit of time off. By the way, when people say they're on vacation, leave them alone. Don't text them. Leave them alone. It's really bad.
Thing with technology, you're never really out of sight. You're always one step away. One tweet, one email.
All we're here to talk about today is this game coming up against Penn State, number 7 ranked. Everybody is counting us out 100% in this game. They will have a full stadium of 106,000 people, by the way. It is the number 7 selling game on StubHub right now.
Yeah, I saw that earlier today. They're actually with the second biggest stadium too. So, I mean, that's a good time to put on Showtime, especially at 7:30 at night.
And listen, it also just speaks to volumes to the power of West Virginia still. You know, when people are like, oh, West Virginia is not as good as these. Hey, we still have we sold out this season tickets. We still have fans that go places, and there's still an interest, especially with the old rivals, to come and see us play.
Yeah. Well, I was looking at our record. We're not, I mean, it's a good rivalry game, but it's, they've been having our number for past 50, 100 years.
We won it the year that mattered, the year we went undefeated. So that's really the only game I think about.
Yeah.
So a couple things for the game. I'm going to give you my prediction on how the game's going to go in a little bit, because I had like a dream of how it's all going to go, and I'm going to see what you think. But so, Steve, both teams are going to try to run it. Yeah. This is your world. What happens on those first couple plays on offense for each team? You know, as they try to figure out, you know, if the run's going to work.
Well, it's a feeling out process, to where you did the fall ball, you did spring ball, and you just go against yourself. Now it's real talent, and now you got to see where you're at to where this is not necessarily a tuna game for us or them. So it's going to, live bullets, live action, and for the running game for both us and them, um, featuring new quarterbacks. They have two guys that nobody's named yet. We have two guys nobody's named yet. So the ground game is going to be the most important for to get each quarterback comfortable.
Defense versus defense, their defense is much better than our defense, at least as far as we know. We don't really know yet because a lot of the kids are transfer portal, still second, third year players. How important is going to be for West Virginia to get a few first downs on the run in that first series?
I think it's definitely important just because they are definitely a big run team, just like I said before, that they have a new quarterback. So we want the offense to be out there as much as they can, converting third downs, third and shorts, and giving our defense a chance because that's what they're going to dial up, a lot of running.
Yeah, this could be a slow game, or it could be a very quick game, depending on how the defenses respond to the run.
Oh, on the run side, I mean, I'm very excited for our team. Definitely, C.J. Donaldson, and then hopefully he gets bulk of the carries. But we have guys that are proving themselves through camp that we're going to be a run dominant team, and definitely with a mobile quarterback, Garrett or Nico, whoever's out there. I think the running game is going to be very important for us all season.
Yeah, I think it's pretty safe that Garrett Green's going to start. Jalen Anderson's a guy that we think could do some big things. And then, Justin Johnson too. So, they're both kids that didn't play a lot last year because they were playing behind a couple really good guys. I mean, CJ we know is good, but those two guys could really show something in this first game and kind of set a tone for the season.
Yeah, and definitely, like I said, with the ground game, with converting third and short, keeping guys out there, with having a good stable, that means the running game can process. We don't have to, we can be able to contain long drives on the ground.
So one of the parts of the games that I always get excited about is special teams and punting because it was the only thing I could do. But we have a great punter. He can put the ball anywhere he wants. But it didn't matter last year because a lot of the times we still couldn't tackle anybody. So that's going to be big as well. And as a player, I don't know as a fan, it's kind of hard to get psyched about the punter being good, but it's a big deal, right?
It's definitely a big deal. I mean, there's three phases of the game: offense, defense, and special teams. And field position is where special teams come in to either pinning guys back on offense or getting great field position. So with Asti talking last week of us having some good returners, hopefully special teams turns a favor in our side, having third and longs, fourth and shorts to where we can get us the ball back.
Yeah, if you didn't catch the show last week, we did a whole season preview with Mike Asti. I thought one of our best shows actually was pretty good. It was kind of funny, and Mike didn't talk the whole time, just most of it.
Mike's a beautiful mind.
He's he's definitely a friend of the show, recurring guest now because it's at least things are going to get covered and we don't have to work as hard.
Well, that's his job. He's in depth. We're the players, the old school guys that are telling the insight from doing it, I guess. So he's the one in depth guy.
Yeah. I was the only X's and O's I know are playing tic tac toe, and I'm not even good at that. So that's not my game. So going up there, opening game of the season, looking for an upset. Steve Slaton, I want your tips on how to upset a team.
I think the biggest thing is where, especially being a running back and what your game is delivering the blow, where we always say, be the hammer, not the nail. So you got to make sure it's a long day of, hey, you got to tackle me every time I touch the ball, do you want to? It's going to be a game of wills and trying to break who's going to break first. So I think the biggest thing with not even having a tune-up game or having, this is, it's a big game. This is straight into it. It's every play. It's going to be a war and winning the battle each play, and that's what happens in war. The battles you win ends on who being the winner of the war.
Yeah, you've got me drilled into my head. If I see a running back go out of bounds, I'm like, what are you doing?
It's only that's 2-minute drill, or you're looking for a field goal. With that, you got it's your time to punish somebody, and you can tell throughout the game in the fourth quarter when it really matters. If somebody's a little weary, they didn't want to tackle you, you can make a bigger run.
Oh yeah, so when you're running, do you like key on it on guys? And like,
it's definitely a mental game, mental and physical game, to where when we all watch film to see who plays and see who's hard hitting, and to where you try to figure out their weaknesses. Of how they tackle, do they just try to blow you up, or do you wrap up?
So, also opening game of the season. What do you have to? How do you get yourself? How do you not get overpsyched, but still to a point where you can go out and perform? Because it's exciting, right? That first game of the season, you got to be like just full of.
It's definitely exciting. I think we talked about it before. It sets the tone of the last game of the season. It sets the tone of what that taste in your mouth is going into the next season. So now, all that waiting to get to this point is it's time to shine, and a win definitely helps jumpstart the season to where it rolls into game 2 to preparation, just feeling good, to where you're not second guessing anything. You're just going out there and playing.
So I'm going to give you this is how I see us winning the game. So kickoff, they're going to return, and we're going to hit them, and they're going to fumble, and then we're going to have 2 running plays in a row, boom, touchdown. Then they're going to kick off, and then we're going to grind it, take almost the whole first quarter to go down the field and score another touchdown.
I think time of possession is definitely going to be very big because, like you said earlier, these are new quarterbacks, so we don't see who's comfortable. Neil Brown or Franklin, who's going to be comfortable with opening up the playbook and throwing, and running the game really does drain the clock. So time of possession needs to be our friend.
Yeah, and I think one thing that people don't talk about is Garrett's arm, because we haven't, they didn't see it much until the end of last season, but kid can throw. He's not just a runner.
Yeah.
And then I think Nico will play. I think we'll see both quarterbacks come into this game. Neil Brown has no other option than to throw everything up against the wall and just go for it, right? You're not holding back plays for this game.
Yeah, I think you but you recruited these players to be in your system, so it's time to let go of the reins and see what they can do. Because right now is no better than the present to go balls to the walls.
I also predict that at some point we're gonna put a lick on one of those new quarterbacks hard, scare them. Get them out of their head where they won't be going anywhere.
That's what happened to the one starter. I think the freshman, he got taken out last season, halfway through the season or towards the end of the season. So it's live grenades and mines out there.
So where are you gonna watch the game at home?
Yeah, most likely.
All right, I'll be at a WVU watch party here in Los Angeles at a new bar they found. It's almost like it sounds like a West Virginia bar. I forgot the name of it, but they're really and the guys that own it are alumni from I don't know if it's not Penn State, Virginia. One of our old, they know WVU and they're very excited to have us there. So that's kind of fun because LA people don't know West Virginia all that much. So. I'm looking forward for that. What's your final thoughts, predictions for this Penn State game?
I think it's going to be a tough game on both sides, but I think, I said anything can happen, especially with rivalries. But I think for what has been built up and what's on the line, I think West Virginia can see this is game one. I think Penn State may be a little too full with that number 7 ranking because preseason rankings doesn't do anything until you get out there. So I'm hoping that we take this game as serious as possible, as this is one game at a time, one step at a time, and be a good upset for us.
Yeah, I think both. I think we also don't need to look forward, to like, I think a lot of people are thinking like Pitt's going to be the game that's kind of tell us how our season goes, but this could be the game that could set the tone for the program. If we can win this game, the program is on a different trajectory than it's been in a long time. I need an upset. I want to see some, the name of the show is The Burning Couch. I tell you what, if we win this game and they're not burning couches in Morgantown, what's up? What's up, kids? Get it together.
You got to send them some kills. But, just like you said, this is the game that matters. We don't really have any expectation, and we shouldn't go to the season with expectation, but to compete. That should be our chip on our shoulders, compete every game, because of last year. We had close games, but hey, let's play a full, complete 4 quarters on all 3 sides of the ball.
I am predicting an upset. I stand by that. I've been predicting it for a month, and I continue to stand by it. I will find something in my house to go burn if we win. I will take it. all the people in my nice little neighborhood here will think I've lost my mind, and that's all right.
I'll draw a couch on a piece of paper and burn it.
Hey, I'll pull the hero card. I can't think straight. I was in the Tesla hit us so hard I don't even know what's going on anymore. So looking forward to the game. I'm sure you and I will be texting throughout, and pay attention to our socials. We'll be posting clips. This is Saturday. It's almost as fun being on social for I won't call it X, Twitter, because I just love to watch the West Virginia fans go from very happy to everything sucks and the team is the worst, and that'll happen in about 2 minutes before no matter what happens. Neil Brown should be fired today, not the end of the season. And I'm pulling for him. You're pulling for him.
Yeah, I think he for what the culture is to me, to you, and to the guys that been before us, he embodies that culture. But one thing he's missing right now is winning. And I think once he gets that on track, fair weather fans and the true Mountaineers will be back on the side.
Yeah, he's got to he's got to win.
Yeah. Winning cures all.
Winning cures all.
From Jam Street Media.